This is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have two of my favorite citrus press juicers today, and I'm going to share with you all I know about them. These were formerly actually called the Orange X juicers, and they still are known by that, but they've been renamed now. This one's actually called the Jupiter juicer, and this is called the Olympus juicer or citrus press. They're both pretty much identical except for the sizing. If we lift up the handles here, how these work are basically you cut an orange in half or other citrus fruit, put it in here, and then squeeze the handle down, and it's basically will squeeze out all the juice out of lemons, limes, tangerines, grapefruits, well, smaller ones anyways, oranges. And I recommend using Valencia oranges instead of navel oranges. The other things these will work on actually is pomegranates. So you can check my other videos on YouTube for juicing pomegranates. And it does an amazing job. Pomegranate season is coming up here fairly soon. You basically just cut a pomegranate in half, put it on here, and then squeeze it down, and all the pomegranate juice will come out with very little bitter pith oils, or the white pith part. So it works really well. It's one of the easiest ways to juice pomegranates that I know. So the next part we're going to talk about is the height. I do often get questions on the height, and these are a little bit larger units and appliances than other kitchen appliances in your kitchens. So they may not fit underneath your kitchen cabinets. So I actually keep mine on an end over the top of my dishwasher where there's no kitchen cabinet above it, so I can just constantly use it. So the first thing is we're going to take a standard tape measure and measure the heights with both machines closed. So on the Olympus model, it's approximately 18 inches high when it's closed. On the Jupiter model, it is approximately 15¼ inches high when it's closed. So I think standard countertop to the cabinets above is usually a 16-inch space. So if you need it to fit under that space, then you'd want to go with the Jupiter. Both these work identically. The pressing power is probably a little bit more on this because there's a little bit more leverage because the handle's a little bit longer, but for all practical purposes, they're the same. But the other main difference for me is how much you can juice at one time. So for example, under this juicer here, I could fit a large 32-ounce wide mouth mason jar under this machine and juice 32 ounces in one sitting. And under this machine, you're not going to be able to fit a 32-ounce mason jar, maybe like a 16-ounce. So about half the capacity of juice to juice in basically one sitting, and then you have to change out your glass, which is basically no big deal. Next, let's go ahead and open up these two machines and see how tall it is with the handles up. And once again, I do want to recommend you only put the handles up when you actually are juicing with the machine. If you're storing the juicer, I highly recommend you storing with the juicer with the handle down, because sometimes these handles can get knocked, and that's pretty heavy there. So let's see, with the handle up, this machine is approximately 27½ inches tall. And when this handle is up, this machine is approximately 30½ inches tall on that one right there. So let's go ahead and close both these. Oh, and while we have this open, actually, let's go ahead and look at the screen. So both these screens on these machines are identical. They're actually interchangeable, so we could put that one on this side and put this one on this side. So it's the same actually pressing apparatus. The main difference is the length of the handle, which for fun, we could go ahead and check the length of the handle there. And the handle length is approximately 13 inches from the pivot point. And then on this machine, the handle is approximately 12 inches from the pivot point. And let's go ahead and close both these machines. So other than that, both these items come in a white color or a black color. This is basically a painted color. So now let's talk about some of the other kinds of citrus presses. Many of them have a gear system where you actually rotate this gear and you got to turn it around, and then it kind of squeezes down. So I just find those machines tend to not work quite as efficiently, and plus they take a lot longer to operate since you have to come down and grip it around. Doesn't quite work as well. These are the most effective and efficient citrus juicers that I've found, and that's why DiscountJuicers.com offers these two machines over the other styles. Also, I do prefer these style machines over the citrus reamers that have the little motor that go whir, 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 and you put the orange on it and it squeezes it, Those take a lot longer. They take electricity, and I don't know, I just don't like it, and you got to clean it. It's kind of a pain. So these are the absolute easiest ones to use. The Jupiter model will fit under your standard cabinets if you have 16 high-inch space between your countertop and your cabinet. for storage, and you can then pull it out when you need it. Or what I recommend, if you want to juice more at one time, just use this on an island or somewhere else where there's not a counter above it, and I just leave this on my counter at all times. So I hope you've learned a little bit more about the Jupiter and Olympus citrus press, available at discountjuicers.com. And once again, this is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors. This is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Today we have two of my favorite citrus press juicers today, and I'm going to share with you all I know about them. These were formerly actually called the Orange X juicers, and they still are known by that, but they've been renamed now. This one's actually called the Jupiter juicer, and this is called the Olympus juicer or citrus press. They're both pretty much identical except for the sizing. If we lift up the handles here, how these work are basically you cut an orange in half or other citrus fruit, put it in here, and then squeeze the handle.